The day started out with us hanging around the Cathedral Cafe, having a coffee, while waiting for the tide to go out. 75 Mile Beach has a speed limit of 80 kilometres per hour. However, the speed around attractions like the Mahino and entrances to resorts and townships is 40 kilometres an hour. The Mahino was a luxury liner and it also served as a hospital ship during World War I. While being towed to Japan for scrap metal, a cyclone hit and it was run ashore on July 8, 1935. Weddings and concerts were reported to have taken place on the wreck in the year or so after it washed ashore. During World War II, the RAAF used the Mahino for bombing practice and it went into further ruin. The storm that hit the night before really left its mark. We had to take the high side and drive close to the dunes to avoid the salt water. There'd be no joy flights today. Eli Creek is the largest creek on the eastern side of the island. It was once a meeting place for the local Aboriginal people, and their children were baptised in the water here. We saw this guy close to the picnic area and others in the bushes nearby, so keep your children close. Follow the boardwalk up the creek, passing Banksia and Pandanus. A staggering 4 million litres of water pours from here into the ocean every hour. This is a popular swimming spot for all ages as the water is not very deep. Bring a floaty so you can drift down slowly towards the start of the boardwalk. And if you have kids, you'll probably do this again and again and again. Heading south to Central Station, you come to Yidney Rocks. At high tide, the rocks are impassable. So take the bypass through Yidney Rocks beachfront accommodation and rejoin the beach highway. To access the track towards Central Station, you pass through Eurong Beach Resort. This is a good time to grab a famous pie and a coffee before heading inland. The tall trees that grow here are biological marvels, as the sand they grow in is low in minerals and nutrients. Take time to read the information boards, as the history of this place is very interesting. Central Station is the historic heart of the island. Between 1920 and the 1950s, it was the headquarters for Fraser Island's forestry operations. Some of the mature trees you see here were planted 95 years ago to create a botanical garden. The crystal clear Wangulba Creek is home to fish, eels and turtles. We took the Pyle Valley walking track and were not disappointed. The 4.5 kilometre loop takes you through some stunning rainforest, which was enhanced by the rainy, misty day. Slow down a bit as you walk through here. The wide variety of plants, trees and textures will surprise you. Get ready with your camera and don't let the wet weather put you off. Our next stop was Lake Birrabeen. It's another one of Fraser Island's perched lakes. And like Lake Mackenzie, it is surrounded by white sand and has cool, clear water. As you can see, it's a lot less crowded here. We made our way back to 75 Mile Beach through Eurong. The weather was closing in, and as we found out later, a big storm had hit the northern part of the island. drive back to our campsite was a bit wild. This is at 2:20 in the afternoon. The rain came down and in some places the beach looked like a sheet of glass. Visibility was reduced, so we had to take extra care. The amount of water on the track into our campground was amazing.
Whoa.
As we passed the new arrivals, we were not prepared for what was to greet us at our campsite.
Friday, and how much water have you got there?
Well, it's
Oh my.
Rightio, we've just completed the worst pack-up in history. What a nightmare. Have a look at this, guys. Must be bloody nearly 6 inches deep there. We're in the lowest part of the thing. There's another trick for young players. I didn't even think of it, eh? You get in here and think, geez, this is a good little campsite, and you're right in the gully where all the water collects. So I'll remember that one next time. Bloody hell, get on something with a bit of a slope anyway. But anyway, we're packed up. Dave and Selena are almost packed up over here, and
You can.
poor old Michael, he's over here trying to bloody pack up with one arm. So we'll get over and give him a hand to pack up, and we'll get out of here and might grab a hot coffee on the way home. Camping at Eurong tonight, thank God. I've wimped out. We're not camping in this shit. Anyway.
Our setup isn't so well set up for the rain. It's been an interesting hour getting ourselves semi-secured. Lots of tarps, lots of poles. Had to dig channels for the water.
Still managed a cup of tea.
Cup of tea, and but the slag is dry, so that's pretty good. I can see the big bubble of water right there, and we know what's going to happen when that goes.
Where?
I think it's going to come here. This is the problem.
Oh yeah.
It could be worse, couldn't it, Sel?
Yeah. We could be at home.
Or we could be in a caravan. Oh, how do you get to the toilets?
You can go down the road there and step across the little island.
One of those nights. So there's a swag inside there.
By morning, most of the campers had left and the water had drained away. These guys were glad for the cover of the camp kitchen overnight.
This would be normally packed, packed, packed. Bring in a storm. EMPTY. Everyone has gone home early.